Good morning, hello, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 3rd of February. Now, before I get started, I just wanted to touch on a little bit. We've been talking a lot this week about what is freedom to us. Like I sort of went through what the guides told me that it was, which was sort of more about a feeling inside. We can find freedom no matter where we are. And I just want to read a few of them to you, the main ones that stood out to me. I thank you all for replying. It was really interesting to get your feedback. So I'm just going to read a couple of them before I get started. Ronnie B, freedom. You live in a village near the beach and you found lockdowns were quite, you still felt freedom in your lockdowns, which I think is what a lot of us, that's where we kind of found our freedom, isn't it? And it also said that you also felt great gratitude as well, that you could still, you had that freedom because of where you were living. You were sort of grateful as well that you still could find freedom in where you were living. And I think that's what a lot of us have found. And I think that's why here we've created that Terra Bella, because it's actually like a place and a feeling inside, isn't it? And we are grateful to have found that feeling of freedom. I totally agree with you with that. Doris, I think it's Janbin. Is that a B? I think it is, Doris. You agreed with me and what the guys were saying, and you thought freedom was also about making our own choices. And I think a lot of us agree with that, Doris. Especially around the pincushion event example. To be able to make your choices is just part of being free, isn't it? I mean, nothing better. We don't want to be forced to do things we don't want to do, guys. Not giving up, of course. Yours was being able to express yourself without criticism or judgment, which has been very hard for most of us over the past few years, hasn't it? To be able to speak your mind without censorship. That would be the ideal. That would definitely be freedom. We would all love that here. Oh. And to also move around without restriction. I mean, a lot of us are still restricted. A lot of us still can't travel. And I think that's what a lot of the jab people don't realise, is that we're still restricted on where we can and can't go. I don't think you can still go to America, can you, on jab? It's quite a few places. Oh, hang on. Unless you're just crossing the border as a migrant. Oh, God. But you can't let Djokovic, the tennis player, in because he's unjabbed. Go figure. How's it all? No logic in any of this, guys. And not giving up, you also said that freedom is not having to pay to be alive, which is probably, well, that would be great in the ideal world, isn't it? But we all have to pay a fortune just to exist. And we're going to still be paying more coming into 2023, sadly. So thanks for the feedback there, guys. Mama Seti, you said freedom is definitely a state of inner being. And Iri, you agreed with that. You both feel that it is, that freedom is a state of inner being, which is where I really went with the guides, isn't it? Catherine, of course, you always reply to my videos. You're amazing, your wealth of knowledge. You put down, freedom is not being controlled by anyone or anything, and being able to choose without worrying about outside interference. And that's a good one. Again, coming back to that, having all our rights and all our decision-making processes taken from us. Example, mandates, and being forced to take ridiculous things that we don't want. Diana, you agree freedom is a state of mind. And Nicole, to live in an actual, I thought you had some good points, to live in an actual democracy. That would be nice, wouldn't it? And rest assured that the elections aren't rigged. Great points, Nicole. I totally agree with you. I go into elections all the time just thinking, oh, well, this is already done and dusted. They've already made their decisions. And I think most of us, America, we know that's how you probably go into your elections, that it's totally rigged, because it pretty much is. So thank you, everybody, for your feedback as well. I just picked a few of those out just to read to you guys, to let you guys know. We're probably all pretty much on the same page, I'm guessing. I'll just take my glasses off, guys. That we're all pretty much on the same page with all of this. We just want our lives back. Actually, I was watching a little video this morning, guys, and it was about someone was calling out all the BS and lies of Trudeau. And he just says one thing and then lies and says something else. He doesn't even hide it. It's just getting clearer and clearer. But it's becoming clearer to the sleepwalkers. Think of that in Canada. It's the little people are waking up. It's not just you who are awake on my channel. Because they're hearing that, and then he's saying that, and then he's saying this, and then he's saying that. So well, we know where it's all heading. Anyway, let's get started, guys. It's enough of Trudeau. We know that nothing much changes there with Trudeau. So let's close our eyes, get started, and we'll see what comes up for the 3rd of Feb. I'm getting these government elites, right? And they're going to start belittling people. They're going to start to put people down a lot. They want to squash. We know. They want to squash people. See, they don't want people having their voices. Oh, and thanks, guys. Louise, I think you were telling me, someone was telling me about the protests in Britain. Yesterday, I think it was, huge protest strikes. Yay! They were huge. It's so good. This is people fighting back against their government. Just because there's strikes, it's still a protest. Remember that, guys. I always say that. A strike is still a protest. It's just people's way of doing it without getting hit by rubber bullets and sonic devices. Oh, my God. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. So they're wanting to squash and belittle people. This is going to start happening soon. I don't think it's happening quite yet. But governments are going to really try to belittle people. We know how good they are at doing that. They tried to do that with all of us, but it all backfired, didn't it? Because it didn't work on all of us, because we just ran away and didn't take their garbage anymore. Yes, we might have lost family and friends during the belittling process, but we still found a way clear of that and get our freedom back. Hang on, let's see where else we go. So this is what they're going to start to do. It's showing me them trying to squash people so their voice can't be heard. Oh, we know how good they are at that. And we also know how much they're checking all the algorithms on everything. Catherine, you keep saying to me that your everything you type in is getting wiped out, and taken off as soon as you type it in. So we know that they're really doing this. They're taking longer and longer to load my videos. It's dragging on for like a day. We know it's happening. They've upped the ante. I said the other day about the safe and the dials being turned up and how they're locking all the information away. Well, that's what they're doing. And they're trying to, I guess you could say if you're belittling and you're squashing someone, classic example would be Jordan Peterson in Canada. They're going to take away his credentials or his title or whatever he is. It would be Dr. Jordan Peterson, wouldn't it? I would say. Let's squash him because he's got too big a voice now, and he's like a Joe Rogan, and we want to eliminate him because he's stirring up the apple, or he's tipping over the apple cart and stirring up the pot. So he's going to be a classic example of them trying to belittle and squash people. They're going to try and make people look like fools. And they want to, it's like they're showing me, like, for example, in Canada, they would want to put, not the people, but Trudeau would want to put Jordan Peterson in the stocks, like the old stocks in the old medieval days or way back when, and get everyone to throw fruit at them and everything, which is how we pretty much felt when we were unjabbed. The government, and this is in a strange way, virtually got the jab to throw fruit and everything at us and belittle us. And that's the image I'm still getting. So the government's still trying to do this but really it's not with like us and the littler people. It's with anyone who's got a big voice. And we know they tried hard with Joe Rogan. Big, massive backfire. Oh, it was so good. All those musos that were going to cancel on Spotify and everything was so good. Wasn't, as you guys reminded me, Neil Young, yes. He ended up, didn't he take his music off and no one gave a rat's, no one cared. It was so funny, that whole situation. And Joe Rogan just got more and more popular because of it. So I'm guessing that something like this, like Jordan Peterson, he'll just become more popular. So, don't get too panicked, guys, because when they're trying to squash people's voices, all it does is build up other platforms. For example, Rumble, and I know there's lots of other platforms. All it does is just build a bigger community for the people waking up. It causes people to wake up because they think, why would he be doing that to Jordan Peterson? You got to think about some of the respect people have for a lot of these people. So, you know, they're trying to really belittle and squash people who have a big voice, you know, a big voice. Okay. God, it's showing me people are just tired. Not us. We've got our energy back. See, when you... I always talk about us unloading our backpack of burdens, like, and emotions and things from the past. We've unloaded our backpacks and put them down so long ago, way back when. And now these people are finding that their backpack, and we know it is, this is not literally, this is just a vision, guys, a visual image. Their backpacks are weighing them down. So you think about it, you got to get your 5th jab, you got to get your 6th jab, you got to get your booster shot, then you got to get your flu shot, then you got to, and then you've got to do this, and then you got to have your vaccine passport to travel over here. There is a lot of stuff being thrown on the pile of garbage. I often talk about the government coming along with a bulldozer and just dumping piles of rubbish on the sleepwalkers and the people waking up. Well, this is continuing. It's not ending. That's what we talked about yesterday. We talked about the 2 weeks to flatten the curve and just go get your jab, everyone. It'll all be over. Well, it's not over, and we're here 3 years later. And now their backpacks got so heavy, it's showing me them just laying down tired. It's like, you know what it's showing me? It's showing me all these sleepwalkers and people in their bubble denial suits. I call them bubble denial suits, guys, if you're new here, because they're in denial and they don't want to look at the truth. So it's like they've zipped up in one of those white COVID suits and they're just masking up, probably wearing a mask, and they're not wanting to look, because if they look, that opens up everything, the truth to them, and it's too overwhelming for them to face. So what the image that I'm getting is them like bushwalking with their backpack. If you think of someone hiking and bushwalking, and you know, they set off in the morning and they've got their bottle of water and everything's really great, and you know, this would be when the jab wheel first started, and they're walking along, and suddenly it's nearly nightfall, and they get a little bit disorientated and they start to panic a little bit. This has been the journey over 3 years, and the backpack seems to be getting heavier, and your muscles are getting more tired, and then as the jab wheel went on, you know, they probably lost more energy, and you know, we know that's starting to change people internally. And so they've been hiking and hiking. Suddenly they start to get a bit dazed, so they need more water, and then their water's nearly running out, so they're starting to panic a bit, and then they're starting to get a bit disorientated, and then they go down the creek to try and fill their water bottle up, but then they can't remember the way back to the track, so then they're feeling a bit lost, and they're getting a bit disorientated, and then they realise that they are lost, that they're lost in this big forest, and they're like feeling alone, they're feeling isolated. This is the people waking up, and they're exhausted. It's showing me them putting down their backpack and falling asleep on it, and hoping that when they wake up in the morning, it's all just been a bad dream, and it'll all be gone, and they'll be all refreshed. But it's not going to be like that, guys. We know it's not. We know they're going to have to get up in the morning again, lost in the forest, and put their backpack back on and keep trying to find their way out, find their way to a road, or follow the river till they get to somewhere. We know this is what's happening. Well, this is how they're feeling. They're feeling lost, they're feeling downtrodden, they're feeling exhausted, and they're just feeling overwhelmed, like there's no end. And what I mean by the end is there's no way out of the forest. They can't find a way out. So this is what's happening to a lot of these people who are still the sleepwalkers and people waking up. They're still lost in the forest of never-ending pickies and jabs and God. And now it's becoming monetary as well. So that's the image I'm getting for these people. At the moment, it's like they're laying down, they're exhausted, they've taken their backpack off, they're using it as a pillow, and they're in rough conditions, and they're not sleeping real well, because if you're out in the forest, like, you've got one eye open because there's, you know, all sorts of animals and bears and, you know, God knows what out there. So you're not relaxed, and you're not in the comfort of your own home and your own bed, because someone else is telling you what to do. So that's kind of what I'm getting. I hope you guys know where I'm going with that, but we're not there. Let's put it that way. So they're hoping that when they do wake up in the morning, it's just been a bad dream. But unfortunately, they're actually physically and mentally living the bad dream. So fingers crossed that they actually realise to drop the backpack, leave it in the forest, and find their way out without the backpack, leave their burdens behind. That's just an image I'm getting for these sleepwalkers and people waking up. Hang on a minute. Let's see where else we go. Hang on a minute, guys. I just had to clear all that energy. I was getting a bit overwhelmed by the forest and the density of it all. It's a very dense energy over here. These people are in a very, very dense energy. It's exhausting to them. Isn't it good to be out of that, guys, though? I know for you guys here, having got that feedback about the freedom and how we're all feeling, and I know you guys always write to me, all of you, and I love it. I love your feedback, because we keep each other in the loop, you know, and we try and prop each other up and help each other through this bloody mad shit show or clown show, whatever you want to call it, that we're all going through. So the energy over here is very dense, but I said yesterday we were like these group of lighthouses. There's this we have a very light energy now. It's like we're sort of floating along, and that could be also about flowing with the stream, you know, when you're not resisting things, you feel a lot lighter, you're more buoyant if you're floating along the river. But that's how we're feeling. We're feeling freer, more buoyant. We don't have those resistant sort of feelings in our body anymore. We're not, I always say we're not contracted, like squeezed up. We're opened up. Like the song I got yesterday by Stevie Nicks, the white wings of a dove, which is getting back to all the bird analogies we get here, like the eagle and the dove, and I think the dove actually doesn't the dove symbolise freedom and hope? I don't know. I've just got that feeling. Let me know if anyone knows that, but I've just got that feeling that, because a lot of people when they get married, don't they release white doves or something? I don't know. But anyway, it's probably that freedom and hope of the future. Fingers. All right, let's see where else we go today. Not getting America. Oh, America, America, America. What have we got? I'm getting an image of America at the moment, and it's like, it's like scrambled eggs. That's what I'm getting for America. And I think we would all agree it ain't just a nice smooth omelette that's all nice and flat and all, you know, interesting. It's like just all been squished together like a big scrambled eggs. It's just a big fluffy mess. That's what I'm getting for America at the moment. There's too much going. Sorry guys, there's too much going on. And you know what makes me laugh is that I keep seeing Trump, but you know what's making me laugh is that it feels like Trump's more of a president than Biden. Like you see Trump speak and everything, he's still got this I don't even know what you call it. He's just got this presence, hasn't he? I think it's his character. I think because he's so big and vibrant and he's very sure of his words, it feels like at the moment there's like this transition that he's becoming president and Biden's just fading out into the distance. So we've got this scrambled egg energy in America of chaos. We've got DeSantis. We've got the migrant issue. Oh my God, the migrant issue. Oh my God, what the hell? It's complete madness. They think people are stupid. The people in Florida, or is it Florida or somewhere, they've got people just, I think, nearly swimming in their swimming pools and sitting in their backyards. I mean, that's completely nuts. How's that? Oh, I mean, God, how's that not being tight on the borders? Honestly, it is the scrambled eggs over there at the moment. That's what I'm getting for America. Hang on, let's see if we can get something else. I am getting that in America, though, you're getting built better structures. I do feel like moving forward, I would say this year, you're going to get a much better structural, political, well, we know it's always corrupt, but at least you might get someone who can string a sentence together. I'm just getting that change in America. Things are going to be built. Oh no, not built back better. No, that's not the saying from the reset that we want to say. But things are going to be built more structurally sound in America. And I think this is politically, to be honest. I do think things are going to improve for you this year. Let's put it that way. The scrambled eggs is going to get tossed out of the frying pan. Let's hope it does. But that's what I'm getting. And people are going to come along and crack some new eggs. It's showing me there's going to be like more structure. They're actually showing me French toast being neatly cooked, and there's just more organisation. So I feel like in 2023 for you in America, there will be more organisation. Might be more towards the end of the year though. So sit tight. But that's what I'm getting. Oh God, you guys in America are exhausted from all of this. We know why. So I am getting there, chucking out the scrambled eggs might be getting thrown out. Let's hope so. Okay, let's see where else we go. Yeah, I'm getting England. We know England's rising up. We've been saying that here, and we've seen the footage. It's so good. There was thousands of people. Actually, it surprised me they actually did that before the coronation. I didn't really think they would. I knew they might, but I didn't think that they would. But especially with that amount of people, incredible. It's so good. And the guides are saying it's having a good impact too. Because a lot of people, it's like, you know what happens when people get brave and they stand against their government? As we all know, having been in protest marches, freedom fights and all these kind of movements of people coming together, it doesn't matter what reason you're coming together with people, it gives other people the courage to stand up because they're scared. I keep saying it, people with vaccine injuries, I said yesterday, they're keeping that close to their chest till they find a lawyer or someone they can trust or a movement they can trust. People are terrified to come out with their stories because they feel they're going to be squashed. They could be God, they don't know what's going to happen to them if they speak out against government. So this fact that there's these marches is going to give other people the strength to rise up and get into their power now. It's great. It's going to be like our blob movement. These are going to be blob movements that are going to start to grow as well, and people are going to start to stick to them and they're going to start to fight back. This is good. It's what we want. Movement around the globe. Hang on. See, they're showing me again, strikes are always a hit to government. Oh, this is so good. It's like the waves pushing back, the energy pushing back their government. Because it's like, again, they're giving me the bowling alley energy. When the little people bowl the ball and it hits all the skittles over, it's a strike. It knocks the government leaders down and the government narrative. It's really good. So these marches, these strikes are going to have impact. Yay! Anything that holds off the reset for a while would be good, especially all the other stuff that they're apparently bringing out. So this is great, guys. It's going to have an impact. I'll just see if there's anything else to close with today. Hang on. Oh, they're showing me China. I'm seeing, like, is it Xi Jinping? I'm seeing him sipping tea, like having lots of... Oh, he's sort of sitting there very casually though, like this, like stirring his tea and being very casual. He's having a lot of casual but yet in-depth conversations. There's a lot of planning going on with Xi Jinping. China's planning a lot, but it's not, I don't think it's war still. I still don't think it's war. I always say that we know China wants to be at the top of the pyramid and have all the political power. So this is all about politics. This is about being the highest on the world stage. This is about, I always talk about commodities and things they can buy and sell and how you can have power through your commodities. That's what these discussions are about, power through their commodities. China wants power. I always say it's not about war. It's not about war with China. It's about power, certainly money, but I even feel, despite the money, this is more about power. They want power. I think we all know they want power. So there's a lot of meetings he's having with, it could be the main leaders. Well, we know America would probably be in there somewhere connecting to them. Thank you, Hunter Biden. So I am getting that. They're really working on their political power to gain that traction, to build their empire to the top. Their empire. Oh, God. Let me see if there's something to close with. Hang on a minute. Sorry, there's a bit of humming outside, guys. I hope it doesn't affect the video too much. I don't know what's going on. If someone's sanding something, or it's very early here. It's only 8 o'clock. Anyway, let me see if there's something to close with today. God, I am getting still that heaps of people are reluctant to stand up. Like, people know what's happening. God, how could they not? We always say that here. How can they not know? They're being taken down to nothing. Their lives are being destroyed. Their interest rates are going up. Their food's going up. Everything's going up. And it's going up, 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 up. And it's showing me like that. Like, you know how someone sings opera and they go, oh, like this. And then suddenly, bang, a glass smashes or like a window smashes or something like that. Well, that's kind of where it's all heading. But these people are still reluctant to stand up. Like, it's like, oh my God. But it is heading that way. It's making people, if you think about it, and there's a glass standing there and someone's opera singing and you're waiting for the glass to crack because, like, you know it's going to happen or whatever. It's like they're waiting for that to happen still. A lot of people are reluctant to stand up. They're scared. Oh, what a bunch of chickens. So they're scared to stand up. They're still reluctant to fight back against their government. Why? Oh, my God. So there is a large amount of people who are still reluctant to stand against their government. So it's like they're waiting for the glass to crack, for the high note. But then it's too late because everything's broken. The glass is broken. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is just crazy times, guys. So that's just an image they're giving me. That's an odd one today, isn't it? But that's what I'm getting. They're like waiting for something to collapse. Why would you be waiting for it to happen? Oh my God. And then it's too late. Oh well. Too late for them. Not for all the people who are awake and standing up and making a change. But the reluctant ones, it's going to be a very painful and difficult year for these people that are reluctant and hesitant. All right, see if we can close today. God, I'm getting that song again. We will rock you. Oh, it's such a good song by Queen. And that's the protesters, strikers, freedom movements, freedom fighters, whoever they are. Probably not us on this channel because we don't really do these battles anymore. We've done enough battling over the last 3 years. We're letting other people do that now because it's their turn. They need to do it. So I'm still getting that song, We Will Rock You. They give me an excess song again. Hang on a minute. And it's that song Kick. I'm getting the song Kick. We've had that before, but I am getting that song. Sometimes you kick. Sometimes you get kicked. That's just the song I'm getting today. It's such a great song. I love In Excess. You know I'm a big Michael Hutchence fan. So sad. So I'm getting the song Kick today, meaning we're going to kick our governments to the curb. Hang on. I'm glad you guys liked that song, Hold Your Head Up, yesterday too. It's true, isn't it? We do have to hold our head up, but not, above people. We just have to hold our head up and be confident is the meaning there. But thanks for all the feedback on the songs, guys. Sometimes I never know who sings them, but I know that you guys recognise the songs, despite my terrible singing. Hang on a tick. They give me like little snippets of everything. You know what the jukebox is like? Settle, guys, settle. It's coming. I'm trying to pick one out. They're going. They do it really fast at the end. It's very frustrating. Hang on. God, they're giving me a really old song. I'm pretty sure it's by Dare, D-A-R-E. These are the things, the dreams, things that dreams are made of. These are the things, things that dreams are made of. Oh, that's a weird old song. I'm sure that's the song. I'm going to have to go and look it up, guys, but I still love it. I'm sure it's Dare. Dare? It's a really old song, but I think that's what the guides are kind of saying to us. Let's sit back now. I keep saying to you guys, we've got to disappear, head to Gilligan's Island or to wherever. And thank you for sending me the pictures of Epstein Island and Fantasy Island. That was very funny. I did see those. But we're heading to Gilligan's Island, we're heading to the mountain, we're heading to wherever we can, Terabella, our safe havens, our homes, and we're staying out of this because this is the thing that dreams are made of. We have been wishing for this for so long, guys, that people will start to wake up, but they are. Please, please trust. The guides keep saying, trust, this is the year that people really start to stand and wake up. And I think we're already getting the proof of that. We've hit February and there's already been heaps of strikes. Look at Britain. So good. I've left those pictures of Britain protesting on my Facebook page if anyone wants to go and check those out. Chrissy Fitzgerald Psychic Life Coach online. I've got heaps of little things on there that you might want to go and check out. And I will probably say goodbye from Australia today. I'm going to go check out that Dare song. Or is it Human League? It might be Human League. These are the things that I think it's dreams are made of. Oh, you know me, guys. Anyway, we'll figure it out. You musos out there will help me out. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll say goodbye from Australia. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Take care. I'm off to the gym again to keep my mental state strong. And physically it helps too, doesn't it? All right, I'll say goodbye. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And I'll say goodbye from Australia. Bye, everyone. Bye.